Hola! Today I'm going to be showing you how to make any tapestry you want. Tapestry is very simple. It looks like it could be very complicated, but I promise it's not. Welcome back to my channel where we go through beginner-friendly tutorials. Whether you're a beginner or experienced crocheter, this tutorial will help you master tapestry crochet. Grab your hooks and let's get right into the tutorial. All you'll need for today's tapestry is green, white, red yarn, a crochet hook, and a pair of scissors. Today we're going to be working with this graph. The way that I like to viewing a graph is each line in this graph is a row. There's going to be 18 rows and it's going to be 18 stitches long. You're basically going to chain 19, so you're going to chain 18 plus 1 for turning. We'll get our yarn. Like I said, we're going to do a chain of 18 plus 1 for turning. So create a slip knot, chain 18 plus 1. We just chained 18. Now we're going to do plus 1 for turning. So what that means is we're going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook, in the second chain. Now we're going to crochet across the whole thing and we'll end up with 18 single crochets. I'll meet you guys when we're close to the end. We're at our last 3, so we're going to do our last 3 single crochets. So now you should have 18 single crochets. Now we'll refer back to our chart. So we just completed that first single crochet row. Okay, so now we're just going to cross off the fact that we did that row. Now we're on to the next row. So a way that I like to view charts is I like to view it as right side, wrong side. This would be considered right side up. The back part would not be for me. I want this to be the right side. This is where I want like a nice clean visual of the mushroom on this side. So right side, we went this way. So now we're gonna be going this way. So you're just gonna repeat that back and forth. So the amount of green that we have before we get to the cream color is the amount we have to do with the color green. So we have 6 single crochets of green, and then we change our colors for the other 6 of the cream. We just went this way for the first row, we're gonna be going this way for this row. So we have to do 6 green, we're gonna chain up 1, we're gonna turn our work. So this is the wrong side, we're gonna be going this way, because that second row would be considered the wrong side. We're gonna single crochet in that first stitch, and we're gonna do 5 single crochets, and then I'll show you how we do the color change on the 6th stitch. Okay, so we just did 5. So you would think, okay, let me just do my 6th stitch, complete it, and then I change my color and insert my hook through there. No. What we're gonna do is, since we're on our 5th stitch, this would be our 6th one right here, we're gonna insert our hook, pull the loop through, and then now is when we do our color change. Since this is the wrong side, I want like all the loose ends and the yarn to be towards me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grip my yarn, I'm gonna pull it under my hook and let it sit right here. So I want this string to be on this side so that the front looks normal. So we got our 2 loops on our hook from that single crochet. You'll get your cream color. In this instance, I'm using white. You're gonna grab your slip knot, your new color, but you're just gonna pull that through both these loops. Like I said, since this is the wrong side, you're gonna pull all the yarn towards you. So I'm holding that green yarn the way that I was before, just now I'm holding the white as well. You can see that this would have been our next stitch. So we're gonna go into that stitch like you normally would and do a single crochet with that color change. As you can see, you see how all the colors are on this side and like there's loose ends and stuff. When you turn the work from the front, it looks like normal. It looks like nothing's happening. But then you turn it and it's like, ooh, that's why it's the wrong side. A tip that this could apply for even experienced crocheters, something that I like to do so that I can just keep the yarn attached to the working yarn without having to like cut it and like keep reattaching the yarn. I just work over the yarn. So like the best way to, I do this even when it's on the right side. I'll show you how I do it, but I basically grab the yarn and I work around it. So I'm gonna put my hook in this next stitch, but I'm gonna like go under the yarn. and it just kind of sits on top of everything as if it's like a stitch. And I'm going to do this 5 times, and you can see how like the yarn is just kind of sitting above it. It's not intruding on anything. So we're supposed to do 6 of the white. We just did 5 single crochets. Now we're going to do that color change again. So as you can see, this method helps a lot because I don't have to keep reattaching the yarn. If you find it easier to like just snip the yarn and reattach it, then you can do that. But I honestly recommend doing it like this because then you never have to worry about like weaving in ends. It makes it a lot easier. We just did 5, we need to do 6. So we're going to insert our hook in there, pull up a loop. Since this is the ugly side, we're going to pull it towards us. We're going to yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so now we're going to do the rest of the 6. I'm going to keep this white yarn here since we're mainly working on the white in the middle, and so that I don't have to worry about like having to drag it back. So we're just going to leave the white sitting there. I'm going to insert our hook here, and we'll do 6. 6. We just finished 6. We're going to chain 1. We're going to turn our work, and now we're going to go back to the right side. We'll just cross this second row off. Now we're going to be working on our third row. So we're going to do 5, 8, 5. So we chained 1, we turned our work. We're going to do 5 single crochets of the green. So we'll do 4, and then 5 will be the color change. 4. So you're almost going to do 5, but you don't. You're going to get your white, 5 green. We're going to do 8 white. You could see that the green is sitting on top of my hook, and I'm just going to pull the white through, and it kind of like grips it. So we'll do 8 of these. I'll show you one more time. So I insert the hook, pull the yarn over, and it goes over that green. Okay, so I just did 7, we're about to do 8, but I just wanted to say, if you notice that, like, let's say your color is peeking through, I just pull it down. So you could pull it a bit. Oh, maybe not that hard. You can pull it, and then you can start like maneuvering it. So I like pull it lower, and then it doesn't show, and then I'll just like loosen it up. Now we need 8, so I'm gonna insert the hook, pull this through. I'm gonna grip that white yarn. I'm gonna yarn over the green, pull it through. There's only 5 left, so 5. So we just worked on what would be considered the right side. So if you noticed, all of our yarn and working yarn stays at the back. And now that we're gonna go back towards the wrong side, all the working yarn will be pulled towards us. So we'll chain 1, turn our work. Let's do our first single crochet here, and let's go back to our chart real quick. We just finished that 3rd row. Now we're just gonna cross it off. So we just went that way. Now we're gonna chain up 1 and go this way. Okay, so it's gonna be 5, 8, 5. But now we're working on the wrong side, so all the yarn will be going towards us. So I'll do this last row with you guys. We're gonna do 5, pull the working yarn towards us, loop over, pull the white through. Now we're gonna work across. Okay, now we're gonna do our 8th stitch here. And then you're gonna pull the yarn towards you, yarn over with the green, and then do the rest. So obviously this is the wrong side. Then you're gonna chain up 1 and then flip. Okay, so we just finished this row. We just worked from the wrong side, so we'll go this way. You'll do this next row on your own, but then we'll work together once we get to the red part. Now we're gonna be working this way. So we're gonna do 2, 4, 6, 4, 2. We're gonna chain 1, single crochet 1. We're working on the wrong side, so pull that yarn towards you. You're gonna get the red, loop it through. You're gonna get that loose end. Oh, I didn't realize I cut it so short, but you're gonna get that loose end. It would be longer. And then you're gonna insert it into the next single crochet. Now you're gonna do 4 of these red stitches. Either what you could do is you could grip your green yarn the way that you've been doing and single crochet across until you get to the end, or you could just leave your green here and then reattach green here. If you like the method of just like weaving in the ends, you can do that. Or what you could always do is you could just reattach a piece of green yarn at the end, and then you'll have 2 loose pieces of green at your ends. Just make sure that they're long enough. I personally am just gonna continue doing what I'm doing, where I'm like dragging the green on with me until I get to the end. And we'll do one more. Pull the yarn towards us. Pull your color through, your cream. We're gonna do 6 of these. I'm gonna be dragging both of these with me. So I'm just gonna put my yarn under those 2. I'm just gonna single crochet in the next one. I pull the yarn under that and then it sits on top. 6. Pull that towards us. Grip the green because you're not about to work on the green, you're about to get the red. You're gonna yarn over, pull through with the red. 4, pull the red towards us, yarn over the green, pull through. We're gonna go 1, 2. And chain 1, turn, and now you're back on your right side. I feel like at this point, your understanding of those color changes. Okay, so we just finished that row, cross it off. Now we're working on the next row, so we're on the right side. We're gonna do 1, 16, 1. Okay, so now it may be a little bit tricky for some, but we'll work through this. I chained 1, I turned, I'm on the right side now. We're only gonna be doing 1. So you're literally just gonna single crochet in, pull your yarn through, and then you do your color change. So you don't complete this one. So you'll pull the yarn through, and then you have your 1 stitch there. Now you're gonna do 16 of the red single crochets. I'm gonna be taking my green yarn to the end with me. I'm not gonna be cutting it off and reattaching, the same way that I've been showing you guys, so crocheting over it. I'll meet you guys when we're close to finishing the 16 red single crochets. Now we're close to that white color again. For those that are gonna be cutting this piece off, what I would do, I'm taking my green with me, but what I'll do is I'll take my white with me as well. I'll pull the yarn over, and this will help me with finishing it off. What you could do is you could cut it here, let's say, and then just take it with you the whole way through until it basically is just inside of the thing. You'll just single crochet over it, the same way that you've been doing before. When you see, now your white is basically gone, and then you don't have to worry about cutting it off or tying it off. It's just, it's gone. I just did 15, 16 in that second stitch. Grab our green yarn, pull through, and you're just gonna insert your hook. And that's it. Next row, now we're gonna be working on the wrong side. This is where we're gonna be doing the spores. By now, you've got the hang of right side versus wrong side, changing and reattaching colors, and having just a basic understanding of tapestry crochet. These instructions applies to any tapestry pattern you do want to follow. If you notice that you are still having a hard time, please don't feel shy to leave a comment or even message me on Instagram privately if you do need some more help with this. Now you'll chain up 1 and start working on that right side. You'll work on the following rows on your own. I'll be meeting you guys at the end to show you how to finish it off. Okay, so we just finished the mushroom. We'll be finishing off this row. Now we have this row left. It's literally just the green. Crochet across the whole thing, except what we could do now is we could cut both of these. I'm gonna cut them about here. And then I'm just gonna take them with me as I crochet across to like weave them in. Okay, we're gonna grab this. And we'll grab this one as well. Obviously they're both a little bit like higher up, but they're gonna be weaved in, so it'll be easier. I recommend like letting it go at this point and stopping there so that you're not at the end worrying about it being super loose. So we'll do the last 3. And then you have your mushroom. Don't cut your green yarn yet. We'll be cleaning up the edges now. So if, let's say, you're happy with this and you want to leave it like this, then absolutely do that. But I'm going to clean up the edges and I'm going to show you how. You can work across this way, or you could chain up 1 and work around. I'm personally just going to turn my work and work down this way. I'm literally just going to be looking at the wrong side and I'm going to be going down this way. So just crochet in like the little divots. So like you'll see how like it's like the row and then a little space in between and then a row. I'm just crocheting in like that little space in between. So I'm going to do my first single crochet in that space, and it gives like a rounded corner kind of, and then I'm just going to do that all the way down. So I'm just going to crochet in all those little spaces. At the end, so I'm just going to crochet in the end here. So I did my last single crochet there. I'm going to do one more single crochet in that same stitch we just worked into, and now I'm just going to crochet across. Okay, we're towards the end of the row. So you have this loose end, and the same way we weaved in the ends for all of these, we're basically going to do the same thing with this. We're going to insert our chain in that last little chain, pull through, do one more single crochet in there, but grab onto that like loose end. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So we're on like the other side where it's all those little spaces. So we're just going to do the same thing that we did the first time, just single crocheting in those little spaces. Okay, we're at the end, so we're going to do one single crochet and then do another one in that corner. Then we're going to crochet across the top. We're approaching the end, so we're going to do one more there. We're going to do a slip stitch in the first single crochet we did. There you have it. Nice cleaned up edges for your little mushroom guy. So what we'll do is we'll just cut that. I insert my hook and then I pull this through so that it could sit on the ugly side. You can get a darning needle and you can always sew them in, or if you're lazy like me, you could just tie a little knot with your loose ends. Now you have your first tapestry. I hope you enjoyed this tapestry crochet tutorial. If you found this video helpful, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Happy crocheting! I'll see you in the next one.